Good morning. Well, no, pause. Good afternoon, everybody. It's Monday. Maybe that's why I didn't know it was already afternoon. Ignore the season of Kleenex behind me. So, what I want to talk to all of you about today, let's talk about W-9s and your contractors. Couple of things. I just responded to a comment on one of the groups I'm in on Facebook. They asked, when do you get the W-9 information for a contractor? He said, do you do it like before the job is done? Like, what do you do? So I'm going to share with you, and you guys know I did a post last week for how to use your QBO to collect that info, which is amazing, by the way. But I want to share with you why. You want that W-9 on the front end always. Here's why. When you no longer have leverage, your contractor doesn't have to give you what purpose, right? So if I'm holding their check, if I'm like, yo, thank you, I really need you to fill out this W-9 information so I can pay you, then their check is your leverage. When you've already paid them, they have no reason to want to comply. You, as the issuer, the payer to them, you have to have that for the IRS to accept that expense. So if you don't collect the W-9 on the front end, then you can't issue a 1099. If you don't issue the 1099, then you can attest to on your tax return that, hey, I filed all the 1099s required, because you have to attest to that under penalties of perjury. But then also, if the IRS comes back and says, hey, we're doing an audit, show us your 1099s to support your contractor's fees, and you don't have it, then if you don't have the W-9 showing that they're a corporation, so they didn't have a 1099 required, or if you don't have the 1099, then you can't use that expense. So now your net income just went up. Other thing I want to say, that W-9 is really helpful to have in a work comp audit. If you are subbing out work on a project, you're in construction or whatever, when you get that W-9, ask for the certificate of insurance as well. Keep that in your file. What happens when you do a work comp audit, if you can show that they're insured, and if you show that you have the W-9 information, you've done all your due diligence, that keeps your work comp audit costs lower. If you don't have those certificates of insurance, then when you do the work comp audit, they're like, well, now you have to carry work comp on these people because they don't have insurance. You can't prove they have insurance. You don't want that. They're already paying for the insurance. So you want to protect yourself, your business. So make sure, do it as like a new vendor packet. Hey, to be a preferred vendor with us, we need to have your W-9 information and your certificate of insurance on file. Nothing wrong with that. The last bit I'm going to say, make them sign a lien release before you give them the payment. We have the check available. Here it is. You sign the lien release, you give me signed release, I give you the check. Do not get caught up otherwise. That can bite you in the behind, and you do not want that. So make sure W-9, certificate of insurance on the front end, and that lien release when you give them the payment. Their money, that payment to them, is your leverage. Use it. Use it, use it, use it. Do not leave anything on the table, because it's going to cost you money in the long run. That's it for today, guys. Have a great Monday. We'll see all of you soon.